The quest for efficient energy sometimes leads to a path of pursuing alternate, greener energy. Heaven Campbell, Florida Program Director of Solar United Neighbors, is here to discuss the many benefits of solar energy and how making the switch may be easier than you think. Hi.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here and discussing the topic of solar energy, which is really important, especially for our future. Tell us about yourself and your organization.
Yeah, thank you. So my name is Heaven Campbell. I'm the Florida Program Director of Solar United Neighbors, and we're actually a national nonprofit. We focus a lot on consumer protection, but also energy education, specifically solar energy. And we have programming that ranges from youth programming, going into schools and teaching them about solar energy, to actually helping homeowners and small businesses go solar together in these group purchases that we call co-ops.
Excellent. What are the benefits of solar energy?
The benefits are abundant. I would say top of mind for everyone is the financial savings that you can have. You're also investing in what's usually our biggest asset, our homes. So it does increase the value of your home. Florida is lucky, and even right here in Central Florida, we are a part of a big Zillow study that found that home prices can increase 15% or 4% per 4 kilowatts when you add solar to your home. So it's locking in your utility pricing for decades to come, so you can really start to budget and build wealth and invest in your home.
Have there been any recent developments in the use and distribution of solar energy?
Absolutely. So the prices continue to come down in solar energy, and then we have more and more financing options, especially helping to increase the accessibility to more people. So low to moderate income homeowners. We have an awesome nonprofit called the Solar and Energy Loan Fund that operates here in Florida, and they help increase that accessibility. So more financing options, lower prices, greater awareness. We, really focus on helping people understand their options and providing support through that whole process of investigating if solar's a good fit for your family. There's also, some major changes coming through the federal government. So expanding and extending the investment tax credit.
What does the process of going solar look like for a resident?
So when a resident wants to investigate going solar, we encourage everyone to definitely do their research, do their homework. We have plenty of FAQs and open source information on our website that people can access. We even have a guide for people who want to go solar, a very short, simple guide on the steps that you should take. We encourage everyone to get at least 3 proposals to compare.
And you work with other organizations too, like we mentioned, Self, you have Self, the co-op, there's others out there, Duke Energy, OUC. How do you get them all to work together to help them through the process?
Yeah, so we definitely focus on education. So we believe that knowledge is power, and we inform people about different rebates and efficiency programs that exist. Everyone should be checking with your utility. Winter Park Utility, OUC, Duke Energy, they all have energy efficiency rebates and programs to help you make sure that you're becoming more efficient and sealing your envelope, is what we like to call it, on your solar journey.
What efforts are made to improve the accessibility to solar energy where possible?
We make a lot of efforts, mostly focusing on awareness and education building and making sure that everybody has equal access to education about the resources that are out there, the tax credit, financing. So we partner with Self, we partner with Orange County, with different municipalities, and try to make sure that we're providing free educational resources and really getting out in the community so people can have equal access to understanding this.
What programs and initiatives has Solar United Neighbors in Florida been working on recently?
We're working on our annual co-op that we hold here in Orange County. Every year we have hundreds of residents and small businesses join our co-op. There's no obligation to go solar through the co-op. So it's really a learning experience, and we hope that everyone comes out of that as a more informed consumer and they feel empowered to make the best decision for their situation.
And how can community members get involved and stay up to date with Solar United?
They should definitely check out our website. Again, so much information, so many free guides that we have there. You can sign up to volunteer with us, sign up for our emails. That's solarunitedneighbors.org/Florida. And you can also even join a wait list for the co-op when it opens. It's free to join. It's definitely a great opportunity for people to learn more about just Solar 101 and to be able to investigate solar for their home or small business.
Yeah. And what type of volunteer opportunities are there? You mentioned that they could get volunteer.
Yeah, so we believe that the co-op is really a grassroots effort. So we have people from the community who maybe are solar homeowners or are, interested in sharing about energy efficiency or, just want to share with their neighbors. We have them act as solar ambassadors, if you will, and help spread the word. If we have in-person events, they've been on hold for a while, but if we have in-person events at our upcoming co-op in June of this year, then we have those people there to share their story and, help us reach the community and really dive into the community.
How about we dive a little bit deeper about the rebates? What are the rebates? What do they mean? And what types are there?
So there's a federal tax credit, and that's been extended. There's also energy efficiency rebates offered by individual utilities. That's something that we pull that information and share it with everyone in a co-op, but anyone can look that up on their utility website. And then, there's also a really good payback on solar energy because you're really locking in your utility rate for the next several decades. Solar is extremely long lasting. It's a long-term investment, but there are no moving parts in the panels and it's very low risk as far as an investment.
And what's the difference between a tax credit and a rebate?
So a rebate is something that's usually offered by your utility or maybe even your local municipality and is something that you would basically file a receipt and get a direct rebate maybe on your utility bill for the purchase of that thing. So maybe a new HVAC system or windows or a hurricane resiliency measure like shutters. And then the tax credit is something that you file when you file your taxes and you get a credit against your taxes, basically.
What types of energy efficiency improvements can someone make on their home?
That's a great question. I would say, especially for growing families, hot water heaters are a huge source of energy that we expend in our homes. So I can share personally, I am a young family and a first-time homeowner. So I've invested in a consumption monitor to understand where the energy is being pulled in my home. It's actually what I asked for my birthday last year. And then that helps me understand if maybe my fridge is aging out and is pulling a lot of electricity, or my hot water heater. So I'm not making unnecessary improvements, I'm making informed improvements. Another huge source of energy pull is our air conditioning, of course. So that's something that we should be doing maintenance on and making sure we're keeping up with that at least once a year. And then if there does need to be an improvement made there, maybe you need a new AC, check with your utility because sometimes they have, certain standards that you have to meet to access rebates that they may offer.
How much could someone look at spending to improve their home and add solar energy?
So the price of solar ranges. It can be $10,000 for a system that's maybe on the smaller side, maybe $15,000 for an average size system. And then if you have a larger home or greater utility needs and want to cover all of those, you may be looking at even more for a larger system. It's really dependent upon your electricity usage. So one of the first things that you're going to be asked actually whenever you interact with an installer or someone selling solar is for historical electrical data. So the past 12 months of utility bills. So it is really dependent, and that's why it's really important to make sure that you're making those energy efficiency upgrades as you're looking at going solar.
So what's the storage capabilities of the solar energy? Does it get stored in a battery or does it go back into the grid?
Yeah, so most systems are just going to be straightforward grid-tied systems. So any excess that you produce is going to go back into the grid. Your meter will literally run backwards. You'll get credit for that on your bill because you're actually sharing that right next door with your neighbors. So they get fresh, clean energy that you just produced to help reduce their loads. The utility sells it to them at full retail, and then you get a credit on your bill for your contribution back to the grid. If you want to store it yourself, you will need batteries. The price in batteries is still coming down. So OUC actually offers a battery rebate that you can plug into. And if you have a battery, it does offer greater resilience. So one of the main reasons we see people choosing batteries is because they have critical loads at home for health reasons. So maybe a CPAP machine or oxygen or a chairlift. And then second to that is definitely resiliency during storms, especially after Irma. Central Florida is now really aware that we can be without power for a long time because of the increasing storms that we're seeing.
Do you still keep getting electricity even during a storm? If you have batteries though, but not if you're on grid, right?
Yes, there is some newer technology that we call grid agnostic. That's kind of getting into the weeds, but it is a possibility that you could have a system that would allow you to isolate a newer type of battery, if you will, that will allow you to operate whenever the grid is down, but the sun is out without batteries. But the majority of what that looks like is a battery system. So a grid-tied system with storage will allow you to continue to use your solar if the sun is out, or pull from your battery bank if the grid is down but the sun is out.
Well, thank you so much for providing all this information. It's very interesting and, again, very important for our future.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks.